Did you know that over 70% of Counter-Strike's best artistic design is impossible to play on official servers? When Valve launched CS2, they didn't just update the engine, they executed a silent, systematic purge of the franchise's past. We're talking about community masterpieces, wild gameplay experiences, and visually stunning environments built across 2 decades. The death of Cobblestone, Sub-Zero, Canals, and Aztec wasn't an accident. It was a deliberate shift in philosophy. Welcome to the Ghost Maps of CS2, and the real reason Valve wants you to forget where Counter-Strike actually came from. The percentage played of different maps over time is concerningly unbalanced. Maps like Dust 2 and Mirage are being played well over 20% of the time, while other maps like Inferno, Ancient, Nuke, Anubis, Overpass, and Train are stuck in the teens or sometimes less than 10%. To understand why dozens of maps were scrubbed, you have to look at what Counter-Strike transformed into in the early 2000s. Counter-Strike was an asymmetric jungle. Maps weren't designed around esports balance. They were built around atmosphere, asymmetrical storytelling, and raw, chaotic fun. If a map was heavily favored toward the counter-terrorists, you didn't redesign the layout. You adapted, or you just suffered through the siege. But as CSGO exploded into a multi-million-dollar esport, Valve's priorities shifted. The game became highly optimized. Every corner had to account for sight lines, flashbang bounces, and 50-50 win rate metrics. Maps that didn't fit the 3-lane competitive template became dead weight. If a map couldn't host a major tournament match, Valve slowly pushed it into the shadows, pushing it into side playlists, then removing it from standard matchmaking, and finally, pretending like it never existed in the first place. Let's look at the first major casualties, Aztec and Cobblestone. Aztec wasn't just a map. It was the atmospheric benchmark of early CS. The thunderclaps, the rope bridge, the claustrophobic water tunnels. It was famously unbalanced. Playing terrorists felt like storming a fortress with a butter knife, but it had the identity no modern map possesses. Valve quietly removed Aztec from CSGO in late 2017 without replacing it. 2 years later, they gave us DE Ancient in CS2. Ancient shares Aztec's jungle aesthetic, but structurally, it stripped away the unique geometry, the river, and the scale, replacing it with the same safe, predictable, 3-lane box design. Then there's Cobblestone, one of the most beloved maps in CS history. When Valve reworked it in 2018 for a Halloween event, they gutted the layout, butchered the sightlines, and pulled it from the competitive pool. Instead of fixing it for CS2, they abandoned it completely. By removing Aztec and Cobblestone, Valve didn't just remove 2 maps. They erased the architectural diversity that gave the game its grit. So why did Valve actually do this? Is it just laziness, or is there something bigger at play? The answer lies in the transition to Source 2. Porting a map to CS2 isn't just a matter of dragging and dropping files. Source 2 uses a completely new lighting model, volumetric smoke interactions, and highly realistic physics. To bring a map like Cobblestone or Aztec into CS2 at modern standards requires months of ground-up art asset creation. Valve made a cold, calculated decision. If a map doesn't generate esports view time or case engagement, it isn't worth the engineering costs to port. In doing so, they severed the tether between Counter-Strike and its modding roots. CS didn't start in a corporate boardroom. It started as a chaotic Half-Life mod, built by fans who made weird, asymmetric maps for fun. By erasing these maps, Valve isn't just cleaning up the menu. They're sanitizing the game's history.
This guy's explode.
These ghost maps were the soul of the community. The places where we messed around with friends, learned the mechanics, and experienced the game before it was optimized down to a science. They exist now only in old YouTube clips, dead community servers, and our memories. Valve might have erased the ghost maps, but as long as we remember why they mattered, they're never truly gone.